could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You poppin' bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the fence, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Play me young for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.
What's poppin', man? What's poppin'? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Got an interesting show for y'all tonight. But what I want to start off by, and I'm starting it off with this for a reason. I want to start off because I'm a segue into what this ultimately is about. I started a series about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, called Real Life Prison Stories. If you're new to the channel, this is your first live. I did a prison sentence of 10 years from 17 to 27. And the reason what made me start that series was because I wanted to bring awareness to what goes on in there. And I mean, you know, because I just don't feel like a lot of these youngsters out here know what it's like on the other side of that wall. You're not gonna have your partners. You may have your partners when you get to a certain point. You may have your homeboys and people that you got love for, but it all changed when you get there. Everything changes when you get there. Your homeboy that was your homeboy on the street, he may not be strong enough to be in this situation mentally. When he get up there, he might turn himself out. He might go crazy and lose his mind. So you don't know how this going to affect your homeboy. You don't know how it's going to affect you. I went up there at 17, you feel me? I went up there at 17. I stayed till I was 27. And the thing about it, I went up there on a charge where you already marked. You're a marked man. You know what I'm saying? You at the top of the food chain of quote unquote gangsters and the silliness, and with all that, you know. And at that point in your life, you like, listen, anytime anything that come across your table, anytime somebody deal with you, they get automatic stripes on however it go out. So you kind of like a marked man for certain people, but not everybody. Because again, you know, prison is very tough, very tough. And when I say tough, it's more tough mentally. If you weak, you beaten there, bro. It's just that simple, bro. And what really made me want to bring this series back was the situation that happened with Queso. I don't know if a lot of y'all familiar with Queso. Queso is a affiliate of the rapper Young and Ace in Florida. Young brother, 27 years old, got life in 10 for 2 bodies. And he on his Instagram and he talking and he wilding and he and one of his little partners with him got life and his partner looked like got a baby face. Like it bothered me. I understand these little dudes, you know what I'm saying, was living that type of lifestyle, and I understand how it go in the streets when you on that get back type of time. Um, but they just don't know. And again, the jail is the good part. The bad part is your mama burying you. And in most cases, the mamas don't and the parent don't even have the money to bury you. So you out here wilding and rocking these jewels and rocking this designer and doing all these things, and you live in a certain type of way, but you're not living like you can die when you know that's the type of lifestyle you live in. That only renders death in prison, right? And you end up getting killed and leave that burden on your people, not to mention they lost you. So that's the worst case scenario. But jail is bad, man. Jail is a suffering situation. Like I say, when I say suffering, it's suffering mentally. It's a mental thing. It's not really physical. It can get physical, but it's not so much. But yeah, I seen that situation with him, man. This was a very unfortunate situation. He ended up killing this little dude over, well, basically some dude shot at him, paralyzed. Some dude shot at a vehicle he was in. Shot his daddy was driving, his daddy was shot, he was shot, his brother was killed, his cousin was paralyzed in this shooting. So a couple of days after that, a dude made a rap song about it. Now I don't know if this was the same dude who did it, but he made a rap song about it. This was the type of time they was on. So he get the drop on the little dude, you know what I'm saying? And the dude at a staffing company, one of them companies where you go get a job. So most of the time they are in plazas. So it's a lot of it's a lot of traffic, there's a lot of cameras, some of them you don't notice. He runs down on the dude, kills the little dude, gets back in the car. They get on the high speed chase, wreck the car, jump out. Now, him and his little partner that I was saying that he got the life sentence with, little baby face, little kid, they jump out the car, run through the wood, go to this woman house, white woman house, hold her hostage, hide in her house, beat her. Man, I'm talking about just a mess. Mind you, this E27 little dude got to be about 24, 23 because he looked like a little baby. They call their daddy. He called his daddy to come pick them up. So when everything hit the fan, they pick up everybody. So it come down to trial, and the daddy got to testify on. The daddy got two decisions: testify on him, because of course they called the daddy, and the daddy a street dude too. So they called him like, look, man, we just did what we did. Come get us. All that come to find out was, transpired. Daddy come get him. So now the daddy get locked up too for accessory after the fact. But they gonna give him immunity to testify on his son that his son told him he did that and called him. And it's just a tough situation because you got a lot of people who saying his daddy wrong for that. But the daddy perspective is, look, man, I apologize that I wasn't in your life because his daddy had just come home not long after doing like a 15-year bid. And so, I wasn't in your life and you end up turning out bad because of that. But I got two new children and I got the chance to either not tell on you and leave them in their life and they might end up like you, or I can say, you know what, this what happened. And the thing is, why you called me? I mean, I understand you could have told me about it after you got another way, but you called me, and once you called me to come pick you up, you done implicated me in this situation. You did what I'm saying? And so uh, you know, that how that turned out. The daddy testified on him. He got life and 10 for two bodies. So he got 10 on one body. He came out good. And anyway, and so I said when I seen that, it's just so tough, man, seeing that. I mean, I understand he had to get what he got for what he did. And he on social media saying I chose it, life it is, what it is, woo. Even trying to play the race card, which is so funny because this ain't got nothing to do with white man racism. You killed another black man and landed and got caught for it. So now you in the white man hand or it don't matter who the judge is. He could be a black judge. I think he had a white woman judge. I'm not sure, but he was saying about how he had a 12 white, all white jury. Let's just say you did have an all white jury. Let's just say that. Listen, man, that's just the way the card fell, bro. If you wouldn't have been out here doing what you was doing, you wouldn't have to worry about no all white jury. Every black man out here ain't worried about no all white jury because he not committing crime. I ain't worried about that. Ever since I've been home, I've been clean out the streets 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried. I don't worry about when a cop get behind me or nothing because I ain't doing nothing wrong. And so you can't blame when you do something wrong on how the white man or whoever the man is in the judge robe judge you. You can't do that. That's just not being fair and that's not being realistic. But again, he young. And it's just tough to see that this man just threw his life away at 27. You know what I'm saying? Threw his life away at 27. And I said, I gotta bring back awareness of how stuff get in prison and how tough prison is. And so that's why I just wanted to get that preface and get that out of the way on why I want to start this series back. But this episode 4, actually, I got 3 previous episodes. You can go on my channel and check them out. But this is gonna be episode 4 of Real Prison Story. Okay, so in prison, bro, like when you go to prison, bro, you've been in prison, you go in prison. I'm from Louisiana, right? So I'm from Lake Charles. So when I go to prison, my homeboys and the people who I, click up with is New Iberia, uh, Lafayette, which is the biggest out of the whole 337 area code, Jennings, and all over the town, quote unquote, called Southwest Louisiana. You got the North, Shreveport, Monroe, they stick together. You got Baton Rouge, they stand on their own too. And then you got New Orleans, which is usually the biggest, and the West Bank, which is across the river from New Orleans, same area code, and they all ride together. Of course, everybody mix and rock with each other. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, my main friend and most of the dudes I ran with was from New Orleans, and Shreveport. That was somehow I just always would get cool, just not off where they from. I wouldn't find that out till after. Well, not really with the New Orleans dude, because the New Orleans dude, how they talk, how they carry themselves, they just different. You know what I'm saying? So outside of the New Orleans dude, like the Shreveport dude, like it would just be somehow I just end up getting locked in with them, tied in with them. You feel me? So that's pretty much what I ran with. I didn't really do the homeboy thing much, because you got to learn a lesson from that when you go upstate, that doing the homeboy thing means people from your hometown or from that area that I said, that Southwest, sometimes they'll take you for, they'll play on you. And when I went to the system, like I said, when I went to the system, I was a young, wild dude. I had money. And I was, but when it came to when I got the game on how I work with the homeboy thing and how we go against, I was tied in with my homeboys. You feel me? So I would rock with them on whatever. You feel me? And I never forget one particular time. This outside the story, but I had a homeboy. When you playing poker in there, how that worked. And I had a homeboy. He would lose on poker, and I'd be winning. And I always use my winnings to cover his losing. So I would most of the time walk away with nothing. I'd break even or walk away with very little because I'm covering his. And I ain't know him. I just was doing it because he was an older guy from where I was from. And a dude from New Orleans came and told me, he said, "Look, bro, I'm going to keep it real with you, bro." He said, "Your homeboy playing on your top because he know you got bread." You feel me? He got money, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just letting you know, because I don't like niggas playing on niggas. You freshness to them, you're a young dude, you don't really know how a lot of stuff works. He playing with you, son. And so I already kind of flashed out, like I wanted to do him something, you feel me, just for me to take me to play with. First, I verified, of course. I verified with another one of our homeboys, older. And I said, "Say, man, let me holler at you. Whoop, 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 wah, 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 wah." He like, "Yeah, bro, you heard me. That's true." I'm like, "Man, nigga playing with me like this, huh?" And I was like, "You know what, bro? That's on me, bro. I ain't playing." And then nigga was like, "Yeah, don't play that homeboy. Rock with real niggas. Niggas, you gonna rock with, you gonna be in the cell with all kind of niggas. You gonna be, what I'm saying? You gonna be bonkies with all kinds. So don't do that homeboy stuff because that'll get you, what I'm saying? And it could get you caught up into some shit. You know what I'm saying? By you playing this homeboy shit, you don't know what your homeboy got going on. You feel me? And you be done jumped out there, "Oh, that's my homeboy." Your homeboy punk. Your homeboy told this dude he was going, you know what I'm saying? There's all kind of stuff, so you don't do that. You feel me? But again, I'm pressing the system, not really knowing it. You did? And so I found that out, and I just cut him off. You feel me? I ain't doing nothing to do like this. Don't, cause that's gonna really make her look bad. You don't want to. You feel me? And I was like, but he said, but just you know what I'm saying, just cut him off. So I cut him off. You feel me? He ain't really know. You know what I'm saying? Why? But I was kind of like, cause I really wanted to do him something. You feel me? That was gonna be my, you know what I'm saying? But he was an older dude, old clown nigga too. So I was like, I ain't really gonna get no strike, but I'm gonna just cut him off. You feel me? Cause I got money, he got money. You know what I'm saying? And he knew it was up because he laid up there and he knew it was up though, because he lay up there and he was getting straight. He was getting straight on the drugs and he had started sending me a little something, you feel me? And I accepted it like once or twice. And then after that, I was like, look, bro, I'm straight. I want something to buy it on my own, you feel me? Then he kind of like got the picture of nigga was, and he went his way and we just wouldn't even deal no more. And it was cool with me, you feel me? But yeah, so yeah, that I want to just say that about the homeboy thing. And so I went up there, man. Got cool with a lot of dudes, man. And when you in prison, when you first go in prison, another thing happened. Like you have a dude that jokes, and he tell you, man, I wasn't never nobody's son. I wasn't never. He lying. You feel me? Because being somebody's son don't mean nothing. Like what like you my flunky. Sometimes it can mean that. It can mean all kind of stuff. But most of the time, when you go in the system, especially you go in the system younger, I went in the system, you're gonna have somebody. Now you gotta be careful too. But they got some dudes who will go up to dudes and try to befriend them and act like they really like trying to look out for them and son them, but they plotting on their booty, you feel me? So they had a dude, you feel me, who ended up doing that with me, not playing on my booty, but they had a dude from Lafayette, which was one of our homeboy. He had been down 20 years, old school nigga. My dog, Murder Moo, you feel me? Shout out Murder Moo. He out here doing good, man. And he had kind of like, he'll just give me the game on certain stuff and let me know what I can do on this shift and stuff like that there. When you could do this, how you could beat the system on that, and just giving me the game. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this man deal. And he saved me from a lot of stuff. When I say saved from a lot of stuff, like he saved me from catching more time on a few times, because it was a few situations for sure, one for sure, where I was supposed to bust a nigga up, you feel me? And he kind of like, no, man, you know what I'm saying? Him and my homeboy Lil Nine, rest in peace, Lil Nine, man. Lil Nine got out, his girl killed him. You feel me, man? Oh, my brother, man. Man, that was my brother, man. Always to talk. But yeah, man, I did all this talking. So anyway, so I've been in the system for a while now. I've been in the system probably at this time, probably like 6 years. I got like 4 left, you feel me? I had a 10-year bid. You did. And so they got a little dude. That's what this story about. They had a little dude, man, little dude named Peanut out Monroe. You feel me? Little cocky little dude. He was a little short nigga, but he was cocky. You feel me? And I just like this heart. He had heart. You feel me? And I was, like I said, I didn't do none of the booty stuff, so I wasn't playing on it for that. But he didn't have. He was a young little dude. Like I say, he was cool, and for some reason, he liked me. You know what I'm saying? He used to always come to be broke. And he used to always come to me and talk to me about things, and just like that was my little son. You feel me? So like I say, I always my people made sure I was straight up there. And by this time I didn't got along with the prison hustle game, with the sports. And like like y'all do with FanDuel and y'all pick teams, we've been doing that. You know what I'm saying? In prison, that's what we do. They got somebody, different dudes who run it. And so I'm good in there on the sports betting. I never really was good. I'm good with poker, but I never was. My problem with playing poker was I never knew when to walk away or dice. I always gonna play till I damn near lose everything back or break even. But anyway, this was my little son. You feel me? And the dude was a knockout artist. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like every time a situation that happened, but he was like my little bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm OG status at this time. And I really like, and plus I don't get into it. Like, prison niggas not getting into it. And like niggas like me, I was old. I had been up there for so long. I had been up there for 6 years, going on 7. I'm getting ready to get on my pre-release and get ready to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't really, you know what I'm saying? But if we having an all like I might get it because I had that bad getting into it about the TV and sports and all this and just dumb, stupid stuff, just young and dumb. And if you say anything to me, he going off on you. He going off on you, calling your hands. And there was a few times where the person wasn't having that, and he was. I'm talking about this. If you seen Tyson, bro, if you seen Tyson in the 80s, bro, Tyson was that I always tell people, bro, Tyson was the baddest man that ever boxed. I don't care who I'm talking about. I like that dude, Alexander Yusuf, the champion right now. I like the Tyson first, but Mike Tyson, of course, was the youngest heavyweight all the time. But he had a fighting style. Like he'll just go in there in that blend with confidence that his licks is so hard he gonna knock you out, and that's what would happen. And that's how he's gonna do. What he fought just like Tyson. He'll put it. I'm talking about look like he come out of a magazine. He was a little young nigga, just right. You feel me? And he'll fight dude, tall dude, short dude. He'll just go in there and go in the blend. And if they was hitting hard, he'll just eat them hard, and he'll catch them. But wow, every time they dropping or knocking them out. I had seen him fight, you know what I'm saying, other people, you feel me? And he was a little respected little dude because people knew like he liked to play, he was silly, but if he get mad and he get on that level with you, he was like that, you feel me? And plus and so that was my little son, you feel me? And so he ended up getting a homeboy that came on the same tier with the same came on the same dormitory as a cool little dude, bro. And me and him was more like each other, like more like he wasn't my little son, even though he was the same age with him, and they were friends on the street, the two little dudes from Monroe. And he was like more mature. He was like he was like one of the homies. He was like he kind of like started being one of my little homies on the tier. Outside the tier, he'll mess with his other Monroe homeboy, like on the big yard or in the mess hall, the gym or something like that. He'll be with his homeboy from up north. But when he was on the tier, that was we used to be rocking because he was more mature and he had come fresh from the street, but he was more mature. And but I had a partner crazy. I had a partner from New Orleans, man. Shout out Drew, man. I don't know where Drew at right now, man. That was my main, that was my main man right there, bro. You feel me? Me and him fell out over Trump. He don't like Trump, you feel me? He had got out, he had 25. He did like what 21, 22. He caught his bid a little after me, you know what I'm saying? But he ended up getting out. I don't know where he at now, man. We fell out about that and he ended up going back, and I don't know, man. But so he used to always be like, I don't like them country boys, because that's what them niggas from New Orleans, they call everybody country boys. Everybody outside of New Orleans is country boys. But them dudes from up north, they really country. Like if you talk to somebody from Monroe or Street Boy, they talk like, yeah, they country, bro. But he used to always be like, man, I don't like them country boys. And my little homeboy ain't really like him. And he'd be like, man, I don't like that nigga. And I'm like, man, that's my brother, man. You feel me? But like I say this with my little son. But anyway, going back to his homeboy, me and his homeboy was cool, bro. We start hooking up together. And once you start hooking up with niggas, that's like you know what I'm saying? That's like your family. You feel me? And there was other niggas I hooked up with on the tier, but he came and I just started rocking. I don't know, man, he was just a chill nigga and just, we used to talk, we used to run it. And so one day, just me, I'm in the TV room watching TV by myself. I don't know. I think, I know what happened. I stayed back from last child. I stayed back from last child was something I wanted to watch. I don't remember what it was. So Peanut come in and he like, he just changed the channel. So I'm like, son, what you doing, man? Put that back, bro. You tripping. He like, man, because he loved it at NCIS. And he gotta watch that. And he like, man, I watch NCIS every day at this time. And I'm like, bro, not today. It was something. I don't know if it was a game. It had to have been something dealing with sports, because that's all I was on in there. You feel me? So we watch movies on Friday night, but that's so it had to be something about sport. I don't remember, bro. And he like, oh man, I'm watching NCIS, bro. And he had like some animosity with it. So I'm like, remember, this my son. He don't make he got his partner come on the tier. Partner used to look out before his partner came. That me and his partner was cool. I used to feed it. That was my real son. You feel me? He, you know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? And so I'm looking at him and he like, man. So he like, man, I'm watching NCIS, bro. So I say, bro, no, you not, bro. You tripping, bro. You feel me? Because now I'm kind of like, you feel me? So he leave out the TV room, go put his shoes on and take his shirt off and come back in the TV room and like, man, you want to do something about that? So I'm like, he caught me so off guard, bro. I ain't gonna even care, bro. He caught me so off guard that it's like, really, bro? It was almost like a father-son, bro, and your son challenging you. That's how I felt. And I'm like, man, I know it's a I'm like, bro, you serious, Peanut? He said, yeah, I'm serious. I'm watching NCIS. I said, bro, you serious? So now when I seen serious, I don't remember what I know I ain't wasn't walking around with my suit. I'm in the TV room chilling with my slippers on. So I'm like, nigga, what's out there, nigga? So we getting a blend. Bah, 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 bah. Now remember, he hit this little bit hit hard, bro. You feel me? This little bit hit hard. You feel me? I ain't gonna cap, and he knew how to fight. But I'm crucial too. I'm treacherous. You feel me? So we going to fire break. Pop, 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 pop. I'm talking about tearing it down. Nobody dropped nothing. So he leave out the TV room now and go sit on his bed. So now I'm bucking now. I'm tripping now. I'm bucking. I'm like, yeah, man. Won't come play on me in there, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like, because he had never really went no blend with no, because see, I'm the type of person like this, bro. Listen, when I'm fighting, I gotta take some licks. I ain't scared of no licks. Because the licks do something to me. When I get hit, boom, it just do something to me and it crank me up. And so them licks that he loses, knock niggas out with, I'm eating them. That's go. And he wasn't used to that. And I think that's kind of what, but I ain't gonna say I whipped him in that team. I ain't gonna say I whipped him. We kind of got in there. You feel me? So not everybody coming back from lunch now, you feel me? So he, like I said, he didn't want to sit on his bed now, like, nigga, like, yeah, stay in your lane, little boy. You feel me? So I'm bucking, like, yeah, nigga, don't ever play with me like that, nigga. Don't ever play with me like that. So I go back in the TV room, watch whatever I was watching, you feel me? And I'm just in there because I'm like, and good thing my homeboy wasn't on the team. Good thing my homeboy wasn't on the team, because when he found out about this, he wanted to just do himself, because he was a pit bull too. You feel me? He was friendly. He was like kind of goofy and silly, but Drew was at the 7 wall. You feel me? That nigga was a creature too. You know what I'm saying? And he was with Elf. This dude was a menace. You feel me? But he was my dog. I mean, it was like, bro, that was my, outside of the dude I talk about that was like took me under his wing, Murder Move. That was my two, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't ever expect life without them, even coming home. And it kind of messed me up with the Trump stuff, but it is what it is. Because my other dog, my big homie, Murder Move, we still like this, you feel me? They're linked up, buku times, everything. But anyway, I come out the TV room, I'm tripping now. You feel me? Yeah, man, little boy, play with me, man. Little boy, play me. You cut off now, too, little boy. You cut off. I should make you get off this tier. I'm bucking. He like, man, who get off a tier? You ain't making me get off no tier. So his homeboy, his homeboy sitting with him now. So his homeboy, when he see me, he'll start talking, but he's still sitting down. I'm bucking because now I'm tripping you, because I feel like you played me. You didn't. You got, like I said, you didn't got me some good lick. I got a headache. You feel me? Like I say, I feel played that you raised your hand and your father. You did. So the dude go back to his bed. My little partner, he go back to his bed. Then he sleep like about 3 beds over, like about 2 beds over. He's like, say, like, Charles, just let it go, son. Just let it go, bro. And I'm like, nah, bro. I say, nah, bro. I say, I ain't letting nothing go, bro. I won't fight again. So I put my shoes on now. So now you about to get down, I'm about to deal with your bad. I'm about to do your bad now, son. Because I got my shoes on. So I got my shoes on. I go, he never got out of his bed since, you feel me? Plus, he had another little homeboy sit on side of him. And me and his homeboy really didn't used to get along. But he wasn't from where they was from. He was from Baton Rouge. But he didn't get into that. And I think my other partner on the tier stopped him from getting in there because he was cool with him. So I gave my partner, like, don't get it. But it wasn't really enough. It was a one-on-one. You feel me? And I ain't had none of my homeboy from Lake Charles on the tier. I had a dude that I was jammed with named Bowflex from Chicago on the tier. And I had a dude from New Orleans named Butch on the tier. You feel me? Now, they both messed me up what I'm about to tell y'all. But I ain't gonna get off in all that. So I go run up on him while he on his bed. Well, I tell him, I said, I want to fight him. So he stand up, I go to his eye. Like in prison, it's like you got beds, it's a whole wall of bed, a big old wide aisle, and there's a whole nother row of bed. So I go across, because I was across from him. So I go across to his bed, throw my sets up, he throw his up. I ain't gonna sneak him. I let him throw himself up. I punish him. Bop, 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 bop. Because you got a locker box in there. I put him in the locker box. Bop, 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 bop. Because I'm tripping now. So his homeboy from Monroe that I told y'all was my dude, we had kind of got cool since he come on the tier, he stuck me. So when he snuck me, you feel me? When he snuck me, it caught me off guard because I'm not watching. He come behind, boom, he ain't dropped me enough, but he dazed me. So while I'm dazed, the peanut come from out the locker. He get up kind of like, he folded up kind of like, not in the locker literally, but he like inside the locker. He get up and he get to put me on my bed because I fall over the because like at the bed is a locker in front of the bed. You got two lockers. You got a locker that hook on the front of your bed, then you got a locker inside your aisle. So he do that and I fall over the locker. And then some dudes come grab like, man, y'all tripping, y'all jumping, man, y'all tripping, y'all jumping, man, y'all tripping. So I'm like, bruh, my mind done already went murder mode. Listen, bro, my mind and these little dudes that jumped me, dog. I can't believe it, bro. You do. So now I'm looking at no, my partner Bowflex wasn't on the tier yet. My partner Bowflex wasn't on the tier. I don't think he would let, but Butch let them dudes jump me, dog. And I always told him, me and him linked up a few times. And I'm like, man, you let that. He was like, man, you already know. He said, you handled your bit. But like I say, he shouldn't have. He's supposed to handle it because that's no, he was supposed to get in there. I wouldn't have let no nigga do him that. But anyway, these little dudes jump me on the tail. I don't do no damage or nothing, but you know, they get this two people swinging them, so I fell over the locker. So these little dudes are so stupid and green, they stay on the tail with me. So word get around like prison, you know, prison like a little world like it. So word spread on the whole, you know what I'm saying? People come from everywhere. Man, they jump Lake Charles got jumped, woo. So I got some homeboy, LJ, man, I don't know where LJ, I never seen LJ since I've been out, bro. LJ, I think he from Fisherville. He came down there. I don't remember if Smoke came down there. I think Mike was in the same unit, but Mike was on a few of my home. I'm going to say a few, but I had to give a shout out to LJ because LJ was the one who was like really on go. And what's Big D? No, that was another situation. But yeah, Mark Griffin too. LJ and Mark Griffin came down there. They wasn't on that unit, but they came down there like, man, what's him? Yeah. I'm like, hold up, look. I say, listen. I say, them little dudes jumped me, you feel me? I say, I'm about to kill both of them. I don't want to fight no more. Straight up. So all my homies like, man, what happened, man? You gotta fight. No, I don't. I'm telling everybody, look, I don't want to fight. It's over with. It's dead. You feel me? It's over with. It's dead. So every night, look, bro, I know this might sound like a movie, but it's not. It's real life. This really happened, bro. And it's people that's out alive and freaking vouch for what I'm telling you. Every night, bro, my partner Bowflex that I was telling y'all about, he even won. He like, man, and he was like, so he stay up all night. I'm up all night drinking coffee with him. I'm up all night drinking with coffee with him for 3. I said, I'm not going to sleep. I told Bowflex and I told my homeboy, I ain't telling nobody else what I was going to do. I told Bowflex and I told my homeboy, I said, it's dead. I ain't fighting them no more. I'm going to let them act like it died down and I'm going to catch them in their sleep. So, bam. Me and Bowflex already put the plan together. After I bust them up, both of them, I'm going to hand him the weapon and he dispose of it. So every night I'm staying up drinking coffee. Peanut sleep like across from me, but like 2 beds over. His homeboy sleep like about 2 or 3 beds over. Every night we all 3 up praying. Well, Peanut was fun. Peanut would be pull his cover up to his neck and he'll be looking all night. I'm not sleeping. I'm watching. I'm letting him go to sleep and everything. So his homeboy sitting up watching me. We basically playing Mexican standoff with our eyes every night. You know what I'm saying? So like 2 days passed doing that. His homeboy come up to me like when we in a mess hall, I don't remember, or we somewhere like in the pub, we not on the tip. And he like say, bro, that shit dead, bro. No, I lie. I tell one of they homeboys from Shreveport, because you know Shreveport, Monroe. I say, man, talk to your homeboy, let them know, man, that shit dead. But I see them niggas up every night watching me. Man, tell them niggas that shit dead, man. You feel me? So he tell them that. So they catch me out and like say, bro, not Peanut, but him. He like, man, the homeboy that jumped in, that was me and him was supposed to be cool. I'm trying to keep y'all on point. He like, man, because he was a cool, mild, mannerly dude, bro. You feel me? Player, stay fresh, you feel me? He like, man, say, bro, that shit dead. That's on me, bro. We shouldn't have did that shit, bro. I was trying to tell you to chill, though, bro. You had already done them in the, he ain't want no more. You were trying to, I'm like, yeah, bro, that's cool. It's dead. You know what I'm saying? I say, but that was fake what y'all did, but that shit dead, man. That shit dead, you feel me? So I tell him that, like, that second day, that third day, that nigga go to sleep. So I go tell Bowflex, I'm like, Bowflex, I'm going with my move tonight. So I go get the lie. I ain't gonna stab him. I want to do it. I want to hurt. This was my plan. I ain't gonna stab him because I don't want to kill him. But I want to hurt him and knot him up. So I went and got some locks, put them in a sock, tied around my hand. So my plan is I'm gonna get him first from get in my business, then I'm gonna get Peanut. You feel me? And I wasn't expecting what happened. So I tell him, I say, look, because my partner both flicks up in the back. So I say, look, man, I'm about to go handle business. After I handle business, I'm gonna come back and throw you the lot, and you just, you know what I'm saying, lay up there and dispose of it. Because I had a ring, so I was gonna tell the people that my ring did it. You feel me? Knotted them up like that. So I go get the lock, bro, in the sock. He sleep up to his neck, and then he a bright skinned dude. You feel me? He sleep. I catch him with them locks right here under his eye. You feel me? I'm thinking I'm just gonna put a snot on him. But not only did first of all, it's some locks, and this your bone. Man, this man face bust open. Listen, I'm not telling you a lie. This man face bust wide open, bro. And blood splattered on me. So now I'm panicking now. Cause I'm like, man, I done killed this little dude. And that's not what I wanted to do. Now I'm not going home. Now I'm about to get some more time. All kind of stuff going through my mind. So at first he just lay there. Then he get up. Listen, when I say it looked like somebody had dumped a gallon, it looked like somebody had dumped a pail of blood on him. That's how his face was covered in blood. So he go get up, walk to Peanut bed, the nigga who he got into this for, trying to wake Peanut up. Peanut like he in a horror movie. He wake up and see that, and see the lock when I hit him. The lock. So this would make the whole thing go bad. When I hit him with the lock popped out the sock everywhere. So now, so Bowflex come running down. He trying to get the lock, so I didn't even get a chance to go pop Peanut. You feel me? So he go wake Peanut up. Peanut looking at him like, man, what happened? What's going on? What happened? Oh my God. And then, so when Peanut don't want to get up, the little dude say, nigga, let's fight. So I'm like, let's fight. The dude face covered in blood. I give him, hey, listen, I tell dude to this day, bro. I don't remember that nigga name, but that nigga I get that little nigga his stripes, bro. That nigga say that fight. He threw his chest up, but he can't see. So I'm popping him and I'm backing up and getting behind him, popping him, I'm steady doing that. And he just swinging. I don't know, bro, what was going on. And so all this blood is just constantly getting on me. So I go run to the ball and hit the bell, call a free man. Free man come, free man see him, free man start. And you know, this is a free man. And most of these free men, they've been in this system for years. They done seen all kinds of stuff. They see him and they start hollering. They think it was like 3 of them on duty that night. They start hollering, they hitting the buttons. Next thing you know, it's about 30 COs in there, bro. And I'm like, look, man, I'm surrendering. It was me. You feel me? It was me. Them little dudes jumped me, so I had a business with the whoop. So then they took me off the till, and but I didn't tell them I used no weapon. I just was like, man, they jumped me, and I caught him in his sleep. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling them what happened. I don't care what I'm telling them what happened. They took me out, took me into the little barbershop room. You feel me? And then I don't know what happened with him. They come to find out they rushed him to the hospital. I messed him up so bad. They said, because people in the infirmary, they all the kitchen workers, they go in the infirmary, they see stuff, so they come back and that. They say that the dude face was so badly broken that when he had talked, his nose bleed. You feel me? But the dude ain't pressed no charges or nothing, bro. So he ain't pressed no charges. Now, if they would have knew I hit him with some lock, that's called an aggravated fight. I go to extended lockdown. But because he didn't say nothing, I only got a fight and went to cell block for Rule 10, which is a regular fight. You just get some saying like no store restriction or no phone or whatever, and you go back down the walk. So when I come back down the walk, I don't know if it was the next day because they only hold court on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I don't know what day it was. But by the time when I come down the walk, everybody like, man, how you made it out the block off that? You ain't get extended lockdown? I'm like, he ain't tell. You feel me? The dude ain't tell. So I'm going down the walk. So by the time I go put my stuff on the walk, I'm trying to go look for my homeboy, Drew, my main man. I'm trying to go look for him. So in the process of going look for him, I went on my yard, kind of, stomp around, beat my shit, and I go on another unit, holler at one of my other homeboys. I don't remember. I think I was going to holler at Smoke. I don't remember. But niggas telling me now. Niggas like, man, Peanut looking for you, bro. Keep your head on the swivel. So in my mind, like, man, that dude ain't about to play with me no more after that. He ain't about to play with me no more after that. You feel me? So, I'm going around, you know what I'm saying? I go eat, we leave meeting, and nigga tell me, man, your homeboy Drew in the pill call line. I just seen him. I just left out of there. So I'm like, okay, let me go holler at Drew, man. I gotta go holler at Drew, touch base with him. But dudes all telling me, like I say, when I'm coming down the wall, everybody like, this is what everybody's saying. It's almost like everybody from you, because you got to make a long walk from the cell block passing up all the units. So everybody see you, everybody, they like, man, because everybody heard, like I say, this like this our world in there. So it's like in the hood, in your town, like, so bam. He's like, man, oh, bro, you come down, you beat that. Then they got dudes saying, man, you better keep your head on the swivel. Dude looking for you. And so I go put my stuff up, come out, and I come out and I go meet my homeboy Drew in the pill line. So I go in the pill line, meet him, we running it in the pill line long. So I'm like, look, son, just hit me. We're gonna link up after child done, we go in the gym, we're gonna link up in the gym. You feel me? Like, all right, bet. So when I leave out the pill line, he right there. I don't see him though, because I'm coming out the door. Soon as I come out the door, pop, 2-piece. That was it. Drop me on my back. He get on top of me and hold me. He holding me a little strong. I'm talking about Peanut. He holding me down. So now all the guards coming. They get him off me. They send me to the block for Rule 10, another fight. So you getting 2 back-to-back fight. That's automatic cell block. You got to stay back there. Boy, I'm so heated, bro. I ain't get to get no licks off because he caught me. And yeah, man, that was the story on that, man. That was a crazy story, man. So I went to cell block and he caught me good to bust all my lip. My lip was bust like ripped open. So I'm in a cell block. He threw a rock in my. He threw a monkey wrench in my program because that messed your jokes up when you down there in general population and you just out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? Not playing and I'm having to go to the cell block, which is a minimum 6 months. It just, which you in the cell now every day, all day, and it just, man, I was like, man, bro. Plus, I didn't get to get no give back or nothing. You feel me? I was hot, boy. I was hot, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's crazy too, cause it's crazy, man. But like I say, I'm in the cell block, so I gotta deal with that. I already got all my restrictions against me. Now I'm in the cell block. My lip bust open. I can't eat because every time you eat your lip, because he had bust my lip open bad. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And it's crazy, man. Cause and the funny story about this whole thing is this: his homeboy ended up going home while I was back there. While I was gonna say about his homeboy ended up going home. He ended up coming back there with me on the same tier with me. But my homeboy Drew, I was telling you about Drew from New Orleans, my main man, my brother, he was already on the tier. So dude ended up coming on the tier He's scared to death. He's sending letters. He's sending the hall man, tell HR, man, just please let that ride, please. And then he coming out for shower, like, man, let me highlight, man. I don't want to talk, bro. I don't want to talk. I want him to think, but my mind was already like, man, I'm not about to mess with this little dude, you feel me? Because even though he kind of got off on me that last time, I felt like I had succeeded, you know what I'm saying? Because I sent your homeboy out the gate. I beat you up twice. You got that little, and you know, you really messed up my joke, bro, because you had me going in cell block, but I ain't tripping. So my homeboy Drew begged me. I'm laughing because it's funny. My homeboy Drew begged me. He say, no, we ain't letting that ride. I ain't letting that ride. I ain't letting that ride. I'm busting him up. I'm glad he on his tail. Soon as we come out tonight, I say, no, son, we got to do right so we can go down the walk, son, together. We got to go down the walk together, son. Don't do it because you're going to go, it's going to set you back. Because every time you get a write-up, it sets you back. You feel me? You lose your bed because you got to wait. It's a long story, but anyway, I was telling him, no, don't do that, bro. Let it go. It's sports, you feel me? And I'm talking about after a while, he even tried to sneak back up and try to, no, you ain't being my son no more, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, I used to take care of that nigga. He just feeling himself that day, and I had to chastise him and chastise his homeboy, you feel me, on some gangster shit, you did. And but that, you know, that's just a real life prison story I want to tell you. But yeah, boy, my partner Drew was mad at me. You let that ride. I say, man, I ain't tripping. That's a little young dude, bro. You feel me? Just like this, just kill him, man. He said, you ain't got much, and I say, no, bro, you better not, bro. So, but yeah, bro, that's what I wanted to talk about on that. But as you seen in the description, we gotta address something, man. We gotta address something. We gotta address Black Fragility, bro. And man, God bless you, Sonny. I ain't even see you, man. God bless you, Sonny, man. I thank you for being here, man. Give me a like. Give me a you already commented. Give me a like and a sub, man. Sub and like to the channel, man. If you don't mind, man. It's all love, man. You heard me. But yeah, so let's get on. Let's get on one of the more important things with this situation. And we speaking about today Black Fragility. Now I'm gonna use one of my brothers, Greg Foreman, and his channel as a backdrop for some of the things I want to speak about. But it's just to the point now where and I said this. I said this in my video. Matter of fact, I made one about 2 weeks ago called "It's About to Get Tough for Black People." Listen, Black people, it's to a point now where you're bad for business. And I'm about to show you these things. And matter of fact, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play it first, and then I'll speak on it after. Let's get into this first situation, silliness.
Russell. What is so funny to me is that the BBC and BAFTA have. What is
so? I know most of y'all have heard that they had a situation that took place at. They had a situation that took place at the BAFTA Award. I think it's a British award show, where somebody in the background or in the audience, I mean, who had Tourette's syndrome said the N-word. Now, here we are. I'm talking about, man, it's almost, it's so silly that I can't believe that I'm still having these kind of conversations. But I made a video a couple of weeks, well, probably some months ago about DK Metcalf and how he cost himself money, cost the team money, and made somebody rich because of someone allegedly saying N-word, which didn't happen. But even if it did, man, we in 2026. And we as Black people, not only do we call each other that, forget it. Another person call us the N-word, we see it, we act like somebody has died. But I want to show you how and why Black people is so disingenuous why they're not taken serious, why they're not respected, and why they're bad for business. And I'm gonna walk this down real slow because I got a few exhibits that I want to play. But somebody with Tourette syndrome, you don't know what Tourette syndrome is? It means that people do and say things just like they can't control it. This is a syndrome. And a white man said the N-word at this award show, and people saying, okay, well, you only say what's in your heart. And let's say he don't got Tourette syndrome. Why in 2026, as grown beings that so-called call ourselves kings and this and that, we are that hurt and affected by a word? Are we serious? This is about to be discussed, and I'm gonna let him walk it down. I'll chime in when need to be chime in. This is being discussed as if a tragedy happened where somebody lost their life, which happens every day in Black America, and nobody talks about it. But the N-word is said by another race of people, and it's hit the alarm. You think people take you serious? And I'm offended by it because I'm Black. And because your nonsense, it's time where I'm not respected until they meet me and then move forward. But it might be situations where I don't even get a chance because of you Negro for the most of y'all. Because every community got their nonsense, got their negativity in it. But Black people are the only community where they negativity override their positivity. 13% of the population. So I want to get into this and showcase and show you guys how these people are acting because not somebody called about the N-word, because a man with a disorder blurted out the N-word at an award show while two Black men was on stage. All the stuff going on in Black America every day, which I will be talking about. So without further ado, let's get into it.
What is so funny to me is that the BBC and BAFTA have not felt heat from Black people like this before, because now they're messing with Black Americans. The funny thing is to me that BBC have always played in Black people's faces, but they were British Black people, and we don't really have the numbers in the UK. We're like 2%, 3% of the country. There's not a lot of us, and we're not really that joint in standing on business. We're not very, as British people, we're more keep calm and carry on. We'll complain, but we won't stand on business. Whereas Black Americans stand on business. And anytime BAFTA in the past has played in Black people's faces, nothing has been done about it. Like, I remember 4 years ago, BAFTA didn't nominate anyone of color. So and no one, nothing was done. The thing is, to live in the UK as a non-white person, you kind of just have to get used to white people playing in your face. The racism is so real that I didn't realize how racist. I knew Britain was racist, but I didn't know how really racist Britain was until I moved to America. Because there's things that would perfectly slide in the UK that do not slide in America. Like, Black Americans do not play. And I kind of love them for it. I kind of love them for.
They don't play about the N-word, but they play about their brothers and sisters getting killed every day. They don't tell you about that. Apparently, you must not know, Britt. You must not know how it works here. They cool. They'll storm the Capitol. They'll do anything. They'll march. They'll protest. They'll go crazy over something a white person say. But they kill each other and do all kind of evil, nefarious things to each other every day, and it don't even get talked about. And I will be speaking on some of those things. Let's continue.
Standing on business in a way that we just can't. We don't have the numbers or the sensibility. Like, we're too polite. We're too British. Anyway, now that the BAFTAs have caused a fuss with Black Americans, they don't know peace.
Boy. So you got to talk about the latest woke meltdown over the BAFTAs. Okay, if you guys weren't aware, the BAFTA Awards, which is the British Academy Film Awards, took place last week on February 22nd in London, and people are still upset about what happened at the award ceremony when an audience member involuntarily shouted the N-word with the hard ER while actors Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenting on stage. Now, the individual who shouted the word was John Davison, who's a Scottish disability campaigner who lives with Tourette syndrome and whose life inspired the BAFTA-winning film I Swear. So this guy is disabled, John Davison, again, who happens to be white, right? He has Tourette's. Tourette's makes people say crazy stuff out loud, right? They can't help it. It is involuntary. It's a disability. Now, his life as a disabled person with Tourette inspired a film that won an award at the BAFTA, which is why he was there, right? And despite his condition, right, and warnings that, hey, this guy is prone to saying some pretty, offensive stuff because of his disability, for whatever reason, now people are making a big deal about the fact that that actually happened on stage at the ceremony as Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, who happen to be black, were presenting on stage. He yelled out the N-word. I'm going to play audio of it. Obviously, I'm going to censor the N-word, but I'm going to play audio so that you guys get an understanding of what happened. And then for a whole week straight, black people were boohoo, whining, crying, melting down, right, over this disabled person involuntarily shouting the N-word during this ceremony. Take a look.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
That's what we doing is on. A review, let's get into it. Oh, I know you've seen it. Yes, baby. iPhone 7. Get into it. Yeah, she's real cutesy, real demure.
Here to celebrate. Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making. We're here to celebrate.
Some of you are getting on my last God-given nerves. The fact that I have to come up here to break down for you the ABCs 1, 2, 3 do-re-mis of racism, because some of you have the bombastic audacity to want to litigate the racial intent of a white man and absolve him of racism because of his disability. Now, I'm going to make time for you today. Let me say this in plain English because I'm not speaking Latin or Swahili. John Davidson is a racist white man with Tourette syndrome. And let me break this down for you. Tourette syndrome is a disability. Disability is not racism, and it does not make you racist. The Tourette syndrome simply brings out what is already in the heart, mind, and soul of the person speaking. Because as a man thinketh, so is he. The word is not a Tourette syndrome condition. It is a racist condition. That word is in John Davidson's bank of vocabulary, and all the Tourette did was bring it out. Oh, I know what it's like to have intrusive thoughts. But the moment those intrusive thoughts become actions or words, the impact is real. For those of you woeful and willful ignoramus out there, racism does not require intent to be racist. It doesn't matter. If you meant to be racist, you did it with depraved indifference, or it happened because you have a disability. The racial impact on Black people as they watched Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo be racially abused on the global stage was instant, because we all knew exactly what they were thinking, what they were feeling, why they switched on and kept on moving. We knew what it was. We were in that moment with them. That impact is freaking racism. You want to undermine the racist attack against Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo to make John Davidson the victim because he's a white man with a disability.
Somebody said Tourette's. I said send him to the hood. So I was watching the BAFTAs, right? And then this activist with Tourette's started yelling the N-word with the hardy on. Now, I know. Tourette's is involuntary. It's not like it's just this thing that people can just switch off whenever they want to. But let me tell y'all something. You drop that word in the hood just one good time, you're going to discover muscles of self-control that you didn't even know you had. See, the hood is not WebMD. The hood has immediate, what I call hands-on corrective therapy. You might tick once, maybe twice, but by day 3, you blinking in Morse code instead. See, there's one thing about the hood. It does not tolerate recreational racism. There will be a course correction, and it'll come swiftly. I'm just saying, how fast y'all think the hood would have cleared this up?
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Clearly, you have a bunch of people who think they understand Tourette's, who actually don't understand Tourette, trying to say, well, we think he's racist because even though he has Tourette's, which again is a neurological disorder, right? We're talking about involuntary tics, something that they can't control. It's not about their internal beliefs, right? It's about the fact that, hey, some of them do have a condition where the involuntary utterance of socially inappropriate or taboo words is just a part of what they do, right? And a lot of them feel really embarrassed afterwards, right? But they can't help it. Okay, they can't help it. It's just what it is. But these people think that it reflects on their actual internal thoughts and who they are as individuals, right? And this is why they're boohoo and crying, because I guess the argument is that, well, if he wasn't actually racist, then he would not have involuntarily said that, right? He must have been thinking that as two black men were on stage, and that's why it came out. So therefore, he's a racist, right? Even though that's not how.
But even if so, so what? This two well-established, talented, rich black men. Who cares what somebody say? Like, that's some feminine, like really, bro? Come on, man. But let's continue.
Condition works. Okay. So all of this outrage really is out of ignorance. Okay. Even though you do have some black people with Tourette's, a similar condition, basically explaining that, hey, you know, this is not John Davis's fault. The guy apologized, of course, right? He, you know, obviously had to grovel to the mob over his condition and his disability. But again, you have some people, again, including black people, come out and explain, no, that's not how this works. Like, this guy is not a racist, right?
Ignore how I look right now. Critical attention. I am not feeling.
Now, this is a real Tourette's patient right here. I don't know if you guys can see because it looks like it's too light. Let me see if I can show you. But this is actually, I mean, as long as y'all can hear it, I mean, that's really like the important thing, what I'm doing. But I mean, I don't know. Let me see if I can make y'all be able to see it. Because this is real bright. And it's still, I don't know. But yeah, this is a patient right here who's a real Tourette syndrome patient. And you'll hear constantly, because sometimes they don't say words, sometimes they blurt out sounds that they can't control. So she have that part of, she suffered from that part of Tourette's where she blurts out different weird sounds. And she's gonna do that throughout her video, and I want you to hear what she say.
Great. However, there is something I have been asked to talk about, and that is going to be the BAFTA situation. I have been seeing a bunch of outrage about it, people saying, oh, well, why would that even be in his vocabulary? He did that on purpose and all of this stuff, and that racism is to excuse. Very sad day for the Tourette syndrome community, especially for the ones that have coprolalia, because when you come online and you see thousands of people hating on your condition, specifically coprolalia, because that's something that is already very embarrassing for all of us. Not going to say that people can't be offended by the fact that somebody said the N-word as a tic. However, it's not something that somebody can control. It's not something that somebody wants to say. And I've been seeing a lot of people be like, well, he said it like when the crowd went silent. That is most likely when a tic is going to happen when you're in public, when you're in complete silence, or when you're trying not to say or do something. So we must understand what coprolalia is. Coprolalia causes involuntary swearing and inappropriate tics. This can include the N-word, slurs, etc. I am a Black person, and even I have the N-word tic and slurs as tics. This is something I don't see many talk about because of situations like this. Is it a disappointing thing? Shut up! That it happened in public in front of that entire crowd, specifically to Michael B. Jordan and the other presenter. I'm so sorry, I do not know his name. I wish I did, but no disrespect to him. I just am not too aware. Yes, it is a very unfortunate situation. Seeing so many people say that they would invoke violence against people with coprolalia if they can't control their tics. That's ableism. The fucked up thing that this happens, yes, but it's something that we can't control. The aggression in the brain being triggered, shut up, and ultimately causing inappropriate tics. Michael B. Jordan and the other presenter have the right to be upset, especially if they were not aware. However, we need to understand and educate ourselves. And on my videos, I constantly see people saying, oh my God, it's so funny. If I had cursing tics, I would be laughing all the time. But when people actually have cursing tics, then it's offensive and they're a bad person and this and that, but we need to do better. We need to educate ourselves better. This is not me saying that people don't have the right to be offended. However, you can't be offended when a disabled person is disabled.
Friday the 13th.
Welcome to the Undertone Podcast.
We've heard weird stuff before, but this feels...
People don't have the right to be offended. However, you can't be offended when a disabled person is disabled.
Well, apparently for these black celebrities at the NAACP Image Awards, yeah, they can be offended, right? In fact, they were offended, even though it's been a whole week. Okay, you've had people come out here and explain that, hey, this is not on purpose. This guy has apologized. But these black celebrities, again, at the NAACP Awards, decided that they would basically boo-hoo, whine, and cry victim as if, they've been through some terrible disaster, right? Just because of this white guy saying the N-word during the BAFTA award. So, yeah, that is basically what happened at the NAACP award. Take a look.
I saw that. I mean, especially after BAFTA. Did you talk to any of your cast? Anything?
Absolutely talk to them. I'll first say a big shout out to Mike and Delroy. Like, let's continue to honor them for how they handled that in real time, the grace and the dignity that they exercised, and the whole home team, everybody that was out there, like, really carried themselves well. I think the events this weekend exposed a couple things.
You know what this woman saying? Everyone handled themselves out there well. Like somebody got killed. Like somebody, like something tragic happened because of a person with a disorder made a... Really? Really? Man, come on, man. You got to be kidding me, black people. You got to be kidding me.
Institutionally, we still don't understand what inclusion means. Just because you invite someone into a space, but you don't provide the necessary resources to keep them and everyone else in that room safe by them being there, that's not inclusivity. That's exploitation. That man's disability got exploited that night. And it led to multiple offenses. That's the Baptist fault. And then the BBC...
Always offended, but never embarrassed. The way black communities operate and the way black people operate with each other, I would be embarrassed to say something like the N-word is offensive from another community. Y'all do way worse to each other. Listen to the music.
What they aired, right, is careless. And not like some haphazard accident. No, like a real lack of care was exercised for those two black men. And we know the BBC knows how to take care of what they care about, right? Because they censored a bunch of other... They went so far as to make sure certain things weren't topics of conversation. They censored Akinola's speech, the director of My Father's Shadow, which is an amazing film, by the way. So you censored one black man, you failed to protect two others, and our production designer, Hannah, you do not care for our dignity, our humanity. You want to celebrate our art, but you won't protect. And that's why we celebrate sinners. That's why we celebrate Ryan. That's why we show up to the NAACP, because those are spaces where we felt...
The NAACP who don't care about anything. As a matter of fact, I want to say about 6 years ago, Trump last term, when Trump was speaking about how he had, or it wasn't even Trump, it was somebody else speaking about how Trump had created, it was the most homeowners under his first administration. Black unemployment was at its lowest it's ever been since 1942. And all of the things he did for black people, like the HBCU, giving all that money to black colleges, putting them in their own office in the White House for future reference, so future administration had to continue to honor them. Releasing with the First Step Act, releasing 7,100 inmate, 91% black. The opportunity zone that he created by getting companies to invest billions of capital and opportunity zone is hood in the hood. Those little parts in the hood where you see maybe they used to have an old store there or something like that there. And all the things he did for black community, NAACP did not even stand. black community every single day is a young man, a young woman all over in the inner city near you getting killed, and the parents don't know how they gonna bury their child. They gotta sell food and sell items and all kind of stuff. The NAACP is never there. The NAACP is never there unless it's something that they can benefit of, like a black man getting killed by a cop or something like that. The NCAA cares less about black people. When all of that stuff was said about Trump, they didn't even stand because they could kill us by black people. Because guess what? If black community ever was to get itself together and stop killing each other and stop doing the stuff that they do, all those grants and all that government money that they get that they don't use for the black community would stop. See, they get all this. This is why these black mayors in places like Baltimore and Atlanta and Chicago, they don't want the communities to get better because they don't care about the people in the community. They know if those communities get better, all that grant money that they use to pay themselves and live, they use that money to live lavish lifestyle. Let me cut the light on right quick. They get all of this money from grants from the government for, let's say, a after school program or this program or certain things in the hood that's supposed to garner in better behavior, which will lead to a drop in violence. That money goes in their pocket. Yeah, they'll do a backpack drive here and there just to keep the cheat off them. But when that money comes, they put that in their pocket first. They pay themselves first, and they pay everybody else they got hands in it, and whatever left over, they'll do a backpack drive or a turkey giveaway or something like that, like I say, to keep the cheat off. So these people don't want the crime to go away, right? Because, again, a lot of money that comes to the NCAA, I don't even know how to say it because it's nonsense. It's bogus. But the majority of the money that comes to the NAACP is from the government. You don't have that many athletes donating to it. Athletes don't really give a damn about that. Like I was saying in my last video, I think it was yesterday, Mr. Beast, the white man, just went to Africa and built all kind of schools. I think it was one or two schools that he built that they was about to cave in on the children. He made it just in the nick of time. You don't hear none of that from no black athlete. Black people do not care about other black people, man. So majority of the money comes to the NAACP from the government. So they supposedly can help black people, but they don't. They don't care about black people. They use black people. And this is the mindset of most. Like you talk about people like majority of these liberal black preachers or people like Al Sharpton, Barack Obama. These people don't care about you, man. If they cared about you, they would tell you, look, you know what? Benjamin Crump. They would tell you to stay in school. Get your education so you can make it to where they at in the White House or wherever they went. Keep your family together. Stop making babies all over the world. Creating broken homes would lead into a plethora of other problems. Look at y'all neighborhoods. You never will, you never did, and you never will see the NCAA do anything. Like I said, they'll do these little every blue moon backpack giveaways, which is some stuff that was donated to them. And they'll make it like they used this grant money to do it. They didn't. They only care about themselves. And they'll play this pro-black thing in public to quote-unquote get back at white people. But again, it has no substance. And white people know it has no substance. All they got to do is cut on a rap song, a random rap song, and hear y'all talking about and bragging about killing each other. So they know y'all not serious about this pro-black stuff. And like I said in one of my videos, I think that was my live Monday, white people would love for black people to actually be pro-black. See, I'm pro-black. Pro-black is being solution-based, solution-oriented, but calling out the situation. You don't call out the problem, you can't address it. You don't call out the problem, acknowledge the problem. You can't find a solution from blaming everybody else. That's not how that works. The white man did. No, it has nothing to do with the white man, the destruction that you have in your communities. But a disabled man who accidentally, or like I say again, I don't think he said it on purpose. It's ringing the alarm. No, man. And then you got this dummy up here. That's why we have the NAACP is again a joke. just like you for saying that. NAA don't care about y'all. They don't. Can't nobody ever tell me anything that I wasn't gonna say the Democratic Party, but the NAACP did for black people, and they never will because they know they don't have to. All they got to do is tell you, white man, white man, white man, Trump, Trump, Trump is bad, it's bad, and that's enough for you. Because the average black person has a very, very, very low IQ, low EQ. And it wasn't because God spent more time on other people than he did black, but black people have their face and they have their minds on they always focus on the wrong thing. These other communities, white people and everybody else, even the people who come here, they operate off two trees with many branches. Those two trees are education and capitalism. Black people don't operate off those trees. Black people operate off two trees. Social justice, woe to me because I'm black. Ooh, I'm black, this black, I'm the first black. There's always something about race or the Instagram effect. Everything they do has to pass the Instagram taste. Degrees, travel, everything they do they first thing cross their mind is is this gonna give me life? That's their whole mind frame. So they can't focus on building and creating corporations and community, not generational wealth, but community generational wealth. They can't focus on these things because their mind is too focused on these two things. They're the only community that does this. They're the only community that's still begging, whining, crying. Nobody else is doing that. Not even the Jews. The Arabs come here from third world countries, and they come here and they get to it operating off those two trees. And if they come here as a couple, one operate off this tree, one operate off this tree, so they can make sure that their offspring can't lose. The father start, let's just say, fencing a business, and the wife will go to school, or vice versa. The wife will open up a nail shop, and the father will go to school and be a doctor. The father will open up a hip hop shop, a jewelry shop, and the wife will go to school and be a doctor. Not black people. Do black people do those things? Absolutely. But I'm saying that's not, if they do, if they do go be a doctor, it's gonna fall on this social justice tree. Well, I'm a black doctor. Like, so what? Did you become a doctor to be a black doctor? Or did you become a doctor to help people? It's like black people are the special ed children of America. Like, when you in school, stuff that special ed children do, handicapped children do, that regular kids do every day. When they do it, they get an extra clap because they special. They got a handicap or whatever. So that's how black people is. Everything they do, I'm the first black male. So what? That's why they get stuck. They get so stuck on being the first black male, they don't do nothing. First black this, first black president, they don't do nothing but whine and cry. It's all Barack Obama did. Besides be gay and pass gay agenda, was whine and project black victimhood on black people. That's all that's his legacy. And I got a video on my channel, The Legacy of Barack Obama. Go check it out. But again, let's continue because I got a whole lot to play.
Where we feel safe.
Thank you. Before we start, I'd just like to officially say that we appreciate all the support and the love that we have been shown in the aftermath of what happened last weekend. It means a lot to us.
And again, you hear what this man saying? In the aftermath of what happened last weekend, he talking as if somebody was shot. If it was a mass shoot, somebody caught a heart attack on stage, somebody died. The love and support after what happened, like somebody said, like I say, the dude allegedly has a disorder, but even if he didn't, it's a name. You're an actor, a talented actor, rich, well renowned, and this a name still bothers you? Man, you gotta be kidding, man. Come on, bro.
It is a honor to be here amongst our people this evening, amongst so many people who've shown us such incredible support. And it's a classic case of something that could have been very negative becoming very positive. Thank you so much for the support.
Also, to just take a moment to the two kings who are in this audience and just send you so much love for your class, and that is Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindell.
And oh yeah, Lord, before we go, Lord, if there are any white men out here in the audience, Lord, with Tourette's, I advise you to tell them they better read the room tonight, Lord. It might not go the way they think of. Whatever medicine they on, they better double up on it, Lord. All these things we ask in Jesus' name, I pray. Let the church say.
Yeah. So you seen that, you heard that. I find this to be hilarious, right? I find this to be hilarious, right? Is this what we call Black Fragility, right? Where it's like, look, man, this happened last week, and the dude had Tourette's. He said the N word. He didn't call anybody the N word. He apologized for it. Like anybody who has actually looked up Tourette's or has seen people with Tourette's, say stuff like this, for knows that hey, this stuff is normal for them to do that, right? And to pretend as if somehow, some way, black people were hurt, right? Like this is so traumatizing, right? Like this is an event that just broke them, right? Right? It was terrible for them to hear the N word, even though these people hear the N word every single day, right? Let's keep it 100. When people ask, why was the N word in his vocabulary? Well, probably because most people hear the N word every day, right? The N word is said every single day, and to pretend as if it is now so terrible, so bad, right? Because a white man said the N word, a disabled white man, it's pathetic. It really is. It is pathetic. It shouldn't even been mentioned, right? It should have not been mentioned at the NAACP Awards. Why? Why was it mentioned? Why was it even a thing? Who cares? You move on past it, right? It's not a big deal. Now, I get some of them are upset with the BBC, right? Because they say, oh, the BBC didn't protect us. They didn't censor the N word, right? The BBC didn't do enough. Okay, this is what they're saying. I don't know, right? I don't know. Maybe the BBC aired that on purpose because apparently there was a time delay, right, where they could have censored that. I'm not sure. I think that maybe, just maybe, an explanation for why they didn't censor it was because of the fact that, when you listen to the audio, at least initially, it doesn't sound like he's saying the N word, right? Like, it's really hard to tell that he said the N word, right? So maybe the people who were, in charge of editing the footage, okay, with the time delay, maybe, just maybe, they didn't think that he was yelling the N word. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for why it wasn't edited. But if they want to say that the BBC is racist, then hey, I guess the BBC is racist, even though they're called the BBC. I mean, they're a liberal outlet. Okay, they're a very liberal outlet. And if these people want to say that the BBC is racist, I'm not going to stop them, right? I'm not going to say, oh, it's not. I'm not going to defend the BBC. I don't know. I just feel like there are plausible explanations for why it wasn't censored in the moment, right? But again, when you're apparently black, a celebrity, worth millions and millions and millions of dollars, you're getting honored at this award ceremony. Somehow, some way, you're still going to find a way to make yourself out to be a victim, right? Somehow, some way, you're going to make victimhood a thing, right? And it's weird to me. It really is. It's just one of those things like, okay, a white man said the N word. He's disabled. Let's move on, right? We have a reasonable explanation for why he said it. It wasn't racist, right? He didn't say it as an insult or a slur. He's disabled. His disability literally makes him say stuff like that. We've seen this before with other people, right? Like, this is not a big deal, right? This is not something to boo-hoo-wah and cry about. But no, these black celebrities literally after a whole week are still crying, right? They're still crying. They're still upset about a white man saying the N-word. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I cannot imagine being somebody like that, right? With all the fame, with all the money, all the status, you're still trying to find ways to be a victim, right? It's incredible. It really is. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
And
Open a Chime checking account in 2 minutes, and we'll spot you up to $200.
I didn't realize we had ran. I tried to cap these lives off at least $1.30. We have $1.24. So I'm gonna play this last video. And what I'm gonna do is Friday, I'm going to break down what we need to be worried about. The tragic situations that nobody talks about. I'm talking brutal within our community. But I didn't get a chance to I'm not gonna get a chance to do that because I want to I don't want to go too long. So we're gonna play this last video again of Black Fragility, where, and it's so funny to me that these are the things that Black people, and again, people are watching. People are watching. And they sit down and they say to themselves, wait, let me get this straight. All the stuff that's going on in the world, or not even say that, all the stuff that's going on in their communities, all across America, everywhere that they go, they're worried about these things. And I gave this analogy, man, a couple weeks ago on the live. And I gave the analogy of a married man. He married, he got a wife and everything. And he every day, or not every day, but he often physically and verbally assaults his wife in the public in front of everybody in the neighborhood. But one day, he see his neighbor yelling at his girlfriend. And he telling, man, you shouldn't talk to women that way. That's the equivalent of Black people. Black people are the husband that beat their wife every day. But got the nerves to tell other people about how they not only treat each other, but how they treat them. You don't, how about this? I tell them, like, how about y'all set the standard on how other people to treat y'all by how y'all treat yourself? Start treating each other better. Stop killing each other. Stop hating on each other in the workplace. Stop being so evil towards somebody who look like you versus to somebody else. Because they get around all these other races of people and they may say stuff on the phone, they may feel a certain type of, but when they check in and they clock in, they listen, they could talk all this racist stuff online and they clock in, and guess what? When Bob tell them about his fishing trip, they ask him how many fish he caught. They disingenuous. They have selective outrage. And when you have selective outrage, people who are astute watch you, they don't respect you. So when you understand that, you say, okay, this is why I'm not respected. This is why they don't want to be around me. It's not racism. It's just they see our disingenuity within our community. And it's laughable. And it's so crazy because the people who are over you, the people who lord over you, know this about you. They know y'all dumb. Y'all mayors, y'all quote unquote Black leaders, y'all Black pastors, y'all Black politicians. They know this. They know that the Black people, the average, they don't. All the totalitarians, they love Black people because they know Black people don't think, Black people don't care, Black people don't like things that has substance. They all about being seen, heard, and saying, I'm the first Black, or it's because I'm Black. That's it. Very, 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 very low. The bar is very, very, very low. And you can get mad at me and call me my name, call me a coon, call me whatever you want to call me. But what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to hold a mirror up. I'm trying to squeeze the toothpaste out the toothpaste, knowing you can't put it back in. So you can say as yourself, because see, this can't happen overnight in bulk, but it can happen with you, like it happened with me. I wasn't always on this side. I was a part of the problem one day. But I always say, once I came to God, I had to change. You can't be playing victim and be a child of God. You can't do that. How you a child of God on Sunday? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. If God with me, who can be against me? But Monday, the white man holding you back. The white man make it difficult for you. How? So I had to get out of that victim mindset ASAP. And being offended and making like you're a survivor of a trauma because somebody said the N-word. I don't care if it was to rest or directly in your face. You should have laughed at them. You thought the N-word. If a white person ever called me the N-word, I would laugh at them and I would say, what you thought that was going to trigger me and make me do you something? What you want me to do you something? I'm the wrong one, bro. I'm the wrong one, bro. Ain't no word nobody can say can control me to the point where I crash out. I heard somebody say it the other day, I don't remember who it was, but he was like, man, he said, he was like, man, a black person will lose their whole career if somebody calls him the N-word. And he telling the truth. He telling the truth. But let me go to, well, I want to play this last video of Black Fragility, of how black people are so disingenuous. They worry about some of the silliest things, bro. But with the serious stuff that's going on in their community, right there in their own community, under they nose, they turn a black eye. And you better not say nothing about it if you white, and you better not say nothing if you black, because you're gonna be a coon. If you white, you racist for saying something, and if you black, you a coon, you bootlicking. Bootlicking? Shit, we can't come up with a solution until we acknowledge there's a problem. Whole bunch of them, by the way. But let's play this last video of Black Fragility. How black people is always worried about the wrong things.
I'm concerned about the trajectory of America, and I don't feel safe. And I think we all have the right to feel safe. You can't tell me what the intent is that I'm supposed to feel. But what you can be is culturally sensitive enough to how it may make me feel.
Now, this is one of these NAACP this is one of these NAACP scam artists. Let's continue.
That's called empathy. And that's something that we're missing. But at the same time, besides it being called empathy, it's called due diligence and doing what is right. But you can't tell me that, oh, you can't take a joke, because oftentimes there is something very rooted in that joke. What I will have to say to the CEO of Chipotle is what you perceive as being offensive may not be what I perceive as being offensive. Therefore, we must have sensitivity training to make sure we're all in tandem of what is offensive and what's not.
25 a month, 5 whole years, same sweet number in your ears.
To make sure we're all in tandem of what is offensive and what's not. So, are we done? No, the NAACP is not done.
We know.
Boy. So you got to get another story of Black Fragility, because that's exactly what this is. This is probably one of the most obvious cases of such that happened in this country a lot, way too much, okay? Because what we have here is an employee of Chipotle, or a former Chipotle worker, who boo-hoo and cried racism over a skeleton hanging at the restaurant. Right now, we're gonna talk about this. I'm gonna play the video clip, but the NAACP is also involved, which should tell you everything you need to know. Right, when the NAACP is involved, and you have racism accusations, you know it's bullshit. Right? I think that's like the number one sign that it's bullshit when the NAACP get involved. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. A local Chipotle at the center of controversy. A former employee tells us an incident happened over the weekend that she says was racially motivated.
ABC 15's Caitlin Richards joins us now. Caitlin, this is a trending story as well right now on our website.
And that's right. On Saturday morning, Kanisha Brown Spivey tells me she went to work as usual, but what she saw inside, she says, was unexpected and alarming. We do want to warn you, some might find the image disturbing. Kanisha Brown Spivey says she showed up for work at Chipotle on South Commons Drive in the Surfside area and saw a skeleton hanging from its neck inside the restaurant.
Because as a Black woman walking into a building and you see something hanging from the roof, the first thing your mind goes back to is slavery. And the fact that it's still happening.
The fact that your mind go back. Listen, bro. And I don't want to come off as supercilious or like, bro. Did you hear what this woman said? This young Black woman who not even probably 30 years old, talking about that she is she affected by this because she seen a skeleton hanging, and it remind her of slavery. It remind her of something that she, her parents, her grandparents, her great never experienced. You see what I'm saying? But she will leave out of this place. Yet I will bet my whole life on it. She will leave out of work and go jam one of these rappers, NBA Youngboy, or you just name a rapper, rapping about killing other Black people, and she'll jam to it, bob her head like she's at a concert. I mean, you serious? Let's continue, man.
Today in 2026, people are still being hung.
No, they not.
And it's supposed to be taken as a joke. It's not funny.
Who is still being hung? I mean, seriously, like, who is still being, like, racially lynched? I mean, let's keep it 100, right? Let's keep it 100. First and foremost, I don't think that this is a lynching here, or this reminds me of a racial hanging. If anything, the skeleton is just hanging from, I don't know, like the ceiling, right? I mean, it's attached to the ceiling. That's how it's standing up. Looks pretty normal to me, right? It looks like some type of decoration. Its name is Vinny. I'm not sure how many Black people are named Vinny, right? Also, on top of that, how do you know that the skeleton is Black, right? Let's keep it 100.
Straight up.
Skeleton. It's not a Black person. It could be a white person.
Thank you.
White people have been hung.
Thank you.
Right? I mean, there's been a lot of white people who've been hung, particularly the ones that, fought on behalf of, Black.
This is just selective outrage. I just want to find something to try to get a check off, get some money off of. Stop it. Who's to say this wasn't the white people? Don't they, quote unquote, kill themselves more? Hang themselves more? Like, stop it. How could you automatically go to racism? You know what it is? You're racist. You're mentally ill, which is very prevalent in our community. But let's continue.
White people during the civil rights era, okay? They were hung by Democrats, right?
Yep.
So
the same party that they love.
Could be a white person, it could be a Black person, I don't know. But I'm trying to figure out where the racism is at, right?
I gotta stop this. Yes, Democrat did start the KKK. That was Democratic Party, the party that Black people got a loyalty to today more than they have to their spouse and children in most cases. Let's continue.
I'm trying to figure out where that's at. But like I was saying, the last situation of a hanging that I could think of in which the mob came out and claimed racist motivations, right? White lynching, was Trey Reed, right? You guys remember Trey Reed? You guys remember these individuals like Kaepernick coming out here and boo-hoo whining, crying, claiming that the initial police report and autopsy by Black people, right? It's all Black people who said this, by the way, was fake, right? Because they were covering for a white mob. Kaepernick launched an autopsy initiative, and lo and behold, it's been about 4, 5, 6 months now since that happened, and we haven't got that second autopsy.
One of our key initiatives now is our autopsy initiative. That came out a little over 18 months ago that got launched. And that gives free secondary autopsies to any families of loved ones who have been killed in a police-related death.
The Canes Box Combo, a symphony of flavors.
I like making my podcast. I don't like making short clips of my podcast. So the AI,
the police-related death. And the key factor there in police-related deaths is oftentimes the sheriff is the coroner, or the pathologist who is doing the autopsy, they have a relationship with the police department. So there's a lot of bias in the autopsies. So we have independent pathologists that families can come to us and we will pay for the autopsy for them. So no cost to the family. And they'll be able to get a second autopsy to get clarity on what happened. And there's scenarios that what the first autopsy was, that's what happened. We've also had a lot of scenarios that have led to lawsuits. We've had scenarios where we were supposed to be doing the second autopsy and a first autopsy was never done, even though it was reported to be done.
Wow. Yeah. So where's that second autopsy for Trey Reed, Colin Kaepernick? Right? Where is it at? He still hasn't released it. And guess what? These woke activists who were swearing up and down that, oh, Trey Reed, he was lynched by a white mob, right? With no evidence whatsoever, right? They're not demanding that Kaepernick release the second autopsy. They did it, but the fact they haven't released it, and it's been like 6 months, tells you everything you need to know, right? That the first autopsy was correct, right? That there was no evidence that he was actually hung by a white mob, that he hung himself. So again, my point here is that this woman is talking about how, you know, these lynchings, these hangings of black people is happening all over the country. It's like, is it really though? Like, let's get one. Your chance of being hung, racially hung as a black person in this country is slim, very slim. Okay, in the South as well too. But your chances of being shot and killed by another black person exponentially higher, right?
Absolutely.
Being hung by a white mob.
As a black woman walking into a building and you see something hanging from the roof, the first thing your mind goes back to is slavery. And the fact that it's still happening today in 2026, people are still being hung and it's supposed to be taken as a joke. It's not funny.
Remember I told y'all average black have very low IQ, very low EQ. You can tell this is a very, very, very low IQ individual. But let's continue.
Brown Spivey says she faults the worker who hung it, also management for not taking accountability.
And all I got was a text message, "Are you done?" That's all I got. No, are you okay? What happened? Do you want to talk about it?
We reached out.
That's the appropriate message. Are you done bitching? Right? Are you done crying over nothing? Right? That's what I would say. If somebody was complaining to me about a skeleton hanging from the ceiling, right? A decoration, right? That's what it is, a decoration. If some woke black woman started complaining to me about something that's obviously not racist, but who wanted to cry racism, I mean, that would be my response. Are you done? Are you done crying about this? Right? You gonna get back to work or what? Right? I mean, seriously, go roll me a burrito, right? Go roll some burritos. Go make some of them quesadillas, okay? Go make a bowl, right? Cook some of that al pastor chicken, okay? You better go make some fajitas, okay? I'm serious. Get back in the kitchen, right? Make some tacos. Make yourself useful. Stop all that boo-hoo, whine, and cry. I don't want to hear it.
Out to Chipotle's corporate office asking about this incident. We received a statement saying, in part, quote, the employees involved said that there was no racial motivation or intent behind the display referenced in the social media post, adding, we understand how it may have been perceived and we take these concerns very seriously. Tiffany Andrews, the president of the Myrtle Beach branch of NAACP, says this type of behavior is not okay.
At some point in time, enough is enough. And what I will have to say to the CEO of Chipotle is what you perceive as being.
When you gonna say about it being enough is enough of the black crime that goes on in your community every day, the black abortion, the black divorce rate, the black single motherhood, black leading STD, when is that gonna be enough? Again, you care less about black people. You know what you care about? That bank account. Let's continue.
Offensive may not be what I perceive as being offensive. Therefore, we must have sensitivity training to make sure we're all in tandem of what is offensive and what's not.
You know, I think the only person that needs sensitivity training is this employee who was upset, right? She needs sensitivity training on how to not be so sensitive, right? She's too sensitive. So she needs to be trained on how to not be so sensitive because it's really not that serious, right? It's really not. if you are this fragile, don't go outside, right? If you're so fragile that if you see a skeleton hanging as a decoration, an obvious decoration, and the first thing that comes to your mind is slavery, right? Racism, hate, and bigotry, don't come outside, right? The world is too harsh for you, okay? Clearly, you can't handle the real world. Seriously, seriously.
South Carolina and Wyoming are the only two states without any hate crime laws. I asked if South Carolina had a hate crime law in place, would this situation have happened?
I don't necessarily think less of these things will happen. However, there's more of a consequence that will come with it.
Brown Spivey says raising three boys, the incident has a deeper meaning for her.
It does not mean anything. It's important for you to stand up for what you believe in and to stand up for yourself.
I'm crying, man. You
This is
gotta
the
be
United
kidding,
States
man.
Civil Rights Trail.
You gotta
Because
be
what
kidding,
happened
man.
here changed the world.
Yeah, Joe did. Change the world for worse.
Critics are calling Undertone the scariest movie you'll ever hear.
Believe in and to stand up for yourself.
Wow.
Andrew says it's important people are aware of their protection under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act, which prohibits bias and punishment based on race, color, religion, and sex. In studio, Caitlin Richards, ABC 15 News.
Caitlin, thank you. Andrews tells us every workplace should have a company handbook outlining what's supposed to happen when there is harassment or discrimination in the workplace, which is vital for next steps in situations like these.
Yeah, I don't know. This is not a situation of harassment or discrimination, right? But look at these comments, right? Look at these comments. Marcus Tucker, right? There's no way, shaking my head, this needs more awareness for real.
Weak black man.
Y'all should follow up the
Very
story, speak with the employee, lawsuit, and stay on their ass. Don't back down. Call the NAACP. This is disgusting. Shaking my head. In the middle of February, nowhere near Halloween, like explain explicitly what this dark humor is, please. I'd like to ask. Yeah. So this is the type of fragility that is so prevalent in this country. I can't imagine being one of these individuals, right? Getting up every single day, living in the real world, and being this easily hurt, right? My feelings hurt like this. I mean, seriously, right? Seriously. So I think this woman's trying to get a paycheck. Let's be honest. I think she's trying to get a paycheck. She quit the job. So she quit because she was so offended by this. Chipotle apparently is not backing down. They're saying, hey, there was no racism behind this. They didn't fire anybody. They shouldn't fire anybody, to be honest with you. I'm trying to figure out exactly what they did wrong. So they're not firing anybody. They're not folding to the mob. She quit. She went running to the NAACP. I think she's trying to get a check, right? I think that's
exactly what she's trying to do.
I'm not sure how she survived during Halloween, right? I'm not sure. Halloween must be rough for her. It must be very, very, very rough for her. But other than that, I mean, hey, just saying. It has to be hard. It must be very, very hard to live your life as a victim like this and to be this fragile. But let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
And so I'm gonna go ahead on and cap that off, man. I'm gonna cap off tonight. I had something else for Friday, but I might add it into it, but I don't know because I didn't realize it was gonna be this long because I got a whole bunch of more videos that I had to play and react to. But I just wanted to pretty much touch on this. So as long as I got this out about the Black Fragility, and how, but I wanted to add the other piece. So I'm gonna kind of like do a continuation Friday because I wanted to add the other piece of the things that we have going on today in the community, not yesterday, not 10 years ago, but today. And it goes back to the analogy I use with the married man and the boyfriend. Like, it's unbelievable to me. Like, I can't even believe it. I can't believe that we are having an outrage of a man with a disability yelling out a quote unquote bad word. And it's only bad if he said because y'all say it to each other every day, all day. And now we have a woman, a Black woman, who crying. And I gotta laugh. She's crying and she's so hurt and distraught to the point where she quit her job because she went into her place of employment and a skeleton was hanging. Not a Black person, not a Black doll, not a skeleton. This could have been a Mexican skeleton. Who knows? But I mean, we know it's a fake skeleton, but I'm just saying. Just her seeing a skeleton hanging. Oh my God. You serious, bro? Am I being punked? I tell people all the time, I be telling to some of my conservative, like, bro, I feel like at some point, if somebody gonna jump out and say, we was just playing about, we believe men can get periods and we believe in binary and all this nonsense that that have been on America for the last 10 years. I mean, last what? I'm since Obama administration, and just some of the victim mindset that we do, that black people are overreacting to. I'm just waiting for somebody to say, we was just playing. We were just playing, bro. We were just trying to get a few dollars out of the white people. And guess what? If she set a GoFundMe up, guess what? Plenty of people gonna do. And like I said, I got another situation that I want to speak about, but I'm gonna wait till Friday. But if she opened up a GoFundMe, guess what? Buku people will donate to her. And guess what? Come close. A whole bunch of white liberals would. Because white liberals, of course, we know on this channel, I always tell y'all, white liberals are the most disgusting thing on this planet, right? But like when you talk about BLM and the $90 million they got, that they didn't do nothing for Black America, by the way, but I digress. That came from white liberal CEOs and companies. Yeah, black people might have donated a few dollars here, a few dollars there, but majority of the bulk of that money comes from white liberals, people who have white guilt. Pathetic. And so yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for coming out, man. Like I said, it's a whole bunch I gotta finish, but I think I done been running how long I've been going? I've been going almost 2 hours. Yeah, we're gonna shut this down, man. Guess what? I see y'all Friday. I thank y'all so much for coming out, man. I hope y'all had a great Wednesday. I hope everything was good with y'all at work. I'll see y'all Friday. God bless. Peace.
I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit because the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See, mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You popping bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the feds, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Filet mignon for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.